We both agreed the conditions looked prime for jigging for squid and salmon, so we decided to switch over and jig. Ideally, I like to look for a protected, calm piece of water when squid and salmon jigging. Since you're basically dead drifting, having very little wind is ideal, so you can stay over top of the squid and salmon for a longer period of time. You can jig for squid and salmon several different ways. Some guys use squid jigs to target the squid, and some guys use regular 2.5 to 5 ounce jigs. Some guys like to use spinning rods and reels, conventional casting rods with bait casting reels, or my preference is to use my mooching rod and reel. When you fish with squid jigs, you typically will only catch squid, but when you fish with larger 2.5 to 5 ounce conventional jigs, you can catch both squid and salmon. When you do find the squid and are able to catch a couple of them, you can rig up your live squid rod and fish that at the same time as you jig. I mean, a lot of it goes into the boat operator too, because we're gonna probably have to back troll into the wind. You want your line straight up and down. And obviously this is not a conventional rod for jigging with. Okay, but you wanna get right to the bottom and you'll feel that touch there. And sometimes they'll eat it on the way down. So you gotta, if you feel slack, you just gotta start reeling. And we're like about 60 feet of water here, so typically when I find squid, it's mid 40s, but they can be up to this deep for sure. And if you can get into like, so I just hit bottom there, right? I'll just tighten my drag up. So now I'm kind of looking for squid right now, like I said, but again, if there are squid down there, these salmon are burying their noses into the ground to eat these squid, and sometimes they just go loony for them. But so, you'll feel it, like a squid bite almost feels like you got like a piece of kelp, really, like it's really subtle, and then you just reel into them. But a salmon bite obviously is gonna chomp it, and then same thing, just reel right into that fish.
Is it the same jig you're doing as like a lingcod?
Yeah, I'm a little more subtle.
Okay.
Like a lingcod, I'd be a little bit more aggressive on the jig. But if I'm looking for squid specifically, I just touch like that and just a really light.
So it's obviously a lighter setup than,
yeah.
Okay.
But you'll get salmon doing it like this too. I mean, having a good sounder is super important, right? But a lot of times when you see squid, they'll mark and they'll just kind of suck right to the bottom of the ocean floor. And it's, I typically haven't found them in like mid-water column at all. I guess at times, if you have a huge spawn, they could be up there, but kind of sucked right to the bottom. Again, kind of in that 40 to 50 foot range. And, you know, you'll see, ideally you'll see salmon like arches around that bait. We're gonna fish a live squid as we continue to jig. So what we're gonna do, how I like to fish them, everyone's a little bit different, but I just use a light little egg weight here, right? I have my bead, egg weight, bead chain, and I have a leader that's probably about 5 to 6 feet long. And with this live squid, what you're gonna do, they're in the bucket here, you can see them. They're very lively, these guys. So they have like a kind of a skein that goes around the outside of their body. So you're gonna put one hook. You don't wanna stick the hook through the body or you'll kill the squid. So you're gonna put the first, like your top hook of your rig is gonna go up through the top of the hood here, okay? Like that. And your second hood is gonna run along the side of the body. And again, do not stick into the body. There's like a flap of skin, kind of like a skein on the outside of this. Just run that hook right down the side and just pop it out like that. So now we have 2 hooks in that squid like that. We're gonna get them in the water here right away. All right. So now that thing will be swimming around. And, you know, depending on what depth you're at, will depend how many pulls you're gonna pull out. But you can look that thing in the water. It looks awesome. And you'll feel, again, hitting bottom by letting line out. So basically you're just gonna set this in your rod holder. So what's gonna happen is one, this thing's either gonna get buried and start screaming line, or you're gonna see a little like tick, 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 tick. And we'll show you if that happens. What you should do is just reel into the fish to get tension and set the hook. And don't go and pick the rod up first, because that little delay between you sliding the rod out instead of setting the hook, a lot of times that fish is gone.